So in this video, we will learn how to add Dukaan order details to Google Sheet. Now suppose guys you have created an online store to sell your products online using Dukaan. And you want whenever you receive a new order on your Dukaan store, you want to add those new order details as a new row into your Google Sheet to maintain a record. So let me tell you, you can completely automate this process. So the trigger of this automation will be getting a new order in Dukaan, and the action will be adding those new order details as a new row in our Google Sheet. Now how you can set up this automation? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give your workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Dukaan App to Google Sheets. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with the trigger window. So the idea here is, first, we have to connect our Dukaan store which we have created with Pabbly Connect so that all the new orders which we get on our Dukaan store, the online store which we have created using Dukaan application, we get all those new order details inside Pabbly Connect. And after that, using Pabbly Connect, we are going to send those new order details into a Google Sheet. So let's begin. Now here in trigger window, in choose app, search for Dukaan. Select Dukaan app. And then in trigger event from the drop down, select new order received as the trigger event because we want to get the new order details. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect give us a webhook URL. Now we are going to use this webhook URL to connect our Dukaan app with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection guys, we just have to copy the webhook URL from here and we have to follow the help text given below over here. Now guys, just to add this webhook URL in your Dukaan store or your online store which you have created, first we have to install a webhook plugin in our Dukaan account. So here on the left side you can see there are different options, out of which you have to go to plugins, and after reaching to this plugins page, here in search plugin we have to search for webhook. Search for it and here you can see this plugin. Click on this install webhook plugin button and install the plugin in your Dukaan store. So now we can see that we have successfully installed it. Now go to settings guys, and here you have an option of create a webhook. Just click on it and then here it is asking us 2 things. First one is the trigger event, and in the drop down we have to select new order received as the trigger event. And the second one is the callback URL. So here in callback URL we have to paste the same webhook URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect. Just copy it from here and paste it over here. And then click on create. Now you can see that we have successfully added this webhook URL which we have received from Pabbly Connect in our Dukaan store. Now every time we are going to receive a new order on our store, then automatically the details of this order will be received inside Pabbly Connect. And guys, we are going to do the same. We are going to visit our Dukaan store. Let's copy this link of our store. And then in a new tab, paste this link. And after visiting our store, we are going to place a test order. For example, I have a product named as white t-shirt. Let's place a test order for this product. Click on this add button. Let's select the size as medium and click on buy now. After this, let's click on continue. And then here we have to enter the details of a customer who is placing the order. So let me enter a name as dummy user. This is the name. This is the mobile number of the customer. Then this is the email address who is placing the order. Then we have to enter the address. This is the address. Locality in this are optional. This is the pin code, city and state. So guys, this is the details of the customer who is placing the order. We are placing a test order, a dummy order right now. Click on continue. And then we are using COD, cash on delivery, as the payment method, and click on place order. So this is just a test order guys. And now we will see that on our Dukaan store, we have just now received a new order. And because we have connected our Dukaan account, our store with Pabbly Connect using a webhook URL, we will see that the details of this newly received order will be automatically captured inside Pabbly Connect. And yes, Here in Pabbly Connect, you can see that we have received some response. And in this response, you can see all the details of the same order which we have just now placed. We have the total price for what total price we have received the order, that was 499 rupees. Then we will scroll down, we will see some other details of the order, like we have the mobile number of the customer who placed the order. Then we have the address of the customer, like the address, the city and the country as well. Then again, we have the mobile number, we have the name of the product, that what was the product the customer has ordered. Then after this, we have the quantity, how much quantity the customer has ordered the product. Then we will scroll down, we have the email address of the customer. And in this way, you can see all the details of this order as well. So here we have the full name as well of the customer. So in this way, you can see that all the details of a customer who placed the order is being received inside Pabbly Connect. Now after this, guys, what we have to do, we just have to add all of these details of a new order in our Google Sheet. So here, guys, we just have to scroll down, come to our action window, and here in Choose App, search for Google Sheets. Select Google Sheets. And then in Action Event from the drop-down, select Add New Row as the action event. Click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now we have to connect our Google Sheet account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this Sign In with Google button, select your Google Sheets account, scroll down and click on Continue. And as you click on Continue, we will see our Google Sheet account gets connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, here the first thing it asks us is to select the spreadsheet. And in the drop-down below, we can see a list of all the spreadsheets which we have created in our Google Sheets account can be seen over here. So out of all of these spreadsheets, I have created a spreadsheet named as Dukaan Online Orders. And in this Google Sheet, in this spreadsheet, I want to add the details of all the new orders which we receive. So here, guys, we have to select the same spreadsheet over here, Dukaan Online Orders. After selecting our spreadsheet, the next thing it asks us is to select the sheet. So in the drop down below, you can only see one sheet as sheet 1. Because in this Google Sheet, I have only one sheet named as sheet 1. So we have selected it as well. After this, all the column of data which I have created in this Google Sheet, we can see all the column of data, all the list of all the columns as fields over here in Pabbly Connect. We have the date and time, order ID, customer name, email, and all the other details. Same columns which we have created in Google Sheet. And one by one, whatever data of a new order we have received from Dukaan app in response, in this new order response, one by one we have to map the same details over here in their respective fields. So let's start with date and time. So here, guys, in date and time, we have received this response of order created at, and this is the exact date and time, that at what date and time we have received the new order. But this date and time is in pretty complex format. It is not a day-to-day format which we use. So what we are going to do, using the date time formatter, using a feature, a module of Pabbly Connect that is called date time formatter, we are going to change the format of this date and time. Now to use it, just scroll down, and before our Google Sheets step, just click on this Add Action Step button. And then here in Choose App, search for Date Time Formatter. After this, an action event from the drop-down, select Format Date with Time Zone as the action event. Click on Connect. And then the first thing it asks us is the date. That what is the response? What is the date whose format and time zone we want to change? So we want to change the format of this particular date over here. So we have to basically map this response of order created date over here, this response in this field of date. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field, and in the drop down below, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Dukaan app can be seen over here. Out of all of these responses, select the response of date. So order created date. So order created at, we have to search for response. So order created at. This is the date and time, exact date and time, at what date and time we have received the order. Just select it and it will be mapped over here. So after this, after mapping the date, the next thing it asks us is the from format, that in which format this date and time is present right now. So this is in the drop down below, you can see a list of different formats, and this is the exact format in which this date and time is present right now. Then it is asking us to format, that in which format you want to change it. So in the drop down below, you can again see a list of all the different formats. From here, guys, you can select your desired format. I want to change this date and time in this format of day, month, years, hours, minutes, and seconds. So I want to change it to this format, so I'll be selecting it. Then in from time zone, guys, here we have received this date and time according to Indian time zone. So in India, we follow the time zone as Asia Kolkata. So we are going to select the same time zone in Asia Kolkata, and we don't want to change the time zone. So in two time zone as well, we are going to use same time zone as Asia Kolkata. And then just click on save and send test request. Now, when we click on save and send test request, guys, here you can see that we have successfully formatted, we have successfully converted this date and time into this from this pretty complex format into this simpler format over here. So this 30th of November 2022 is the date and 1:17 p.m. is the time. Now we have to basically map the same response of date and time over here in this field. But because before this Google Sheet step, we have added a new data, a new step, we just have to reconnect our Google Sheet account once over here. Click on this connected button, select the existing connection because we have just now made the connection and click on save. Now after this, just click on this date and time field, and here in the drop down below, you can see the responses of Dukaan app as well as the responses of date time formatter. So from the responses of date time formatter, select the response or map the response of date and time over here. Then the next field is of order ID. So we have received the order ID of a new order from Dukaan app. Let's search for it, order ID. So this is the response of order ID. Select this response from the drop down and map it. Now we have to map the name of the customer. So I will be searching the response of name. Okay, this is the full name of the customer. Let's select it and map it over here. Then it is asking us for the email address. So here in email address, let's search for email address of the customer. Select the response of order email and map it. Then we have to map the mobile number of the customer. So let's search for the response of mobile number. This is the customer's mobile number. Select the response and map it. After mapping the mobile number, we have to map the name of the product. So from the drop down, let's search for the name of the product. Item name. So this is the response of item name, the name of the product. Just select it and map it. Then we have to map the quantity. So search for quantity. This is the response of quantity. Map it, and at last the total amount. So this is the total price of total order which we have received. Select it and map it over here. So in this way, we just have to map the response which we have received from Dukaan app and Pabbly Connect of a new order. One by one, you just have to map your required data in the Google Sheets step. After mapping all the data, just click on save and send test request. After clicking on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received some response. And in this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, basically the details of a new order which we have received on our Dukaan app, on our Dukaan store, is been added as a new row in our Google Sheet. So let's check it. We will go to our Google Sheet. And yes guys, here we can see that the details of the same order which we have just now placed on our Dukaan app, the test order which we have placed, the details of this test order has been added in our Google Sheet. We have the same date and time that at the date and time which we have placed the order. Then we have the same order ID, same name of the customer, customer email, mobile number of the customer as well, as you can see. Then we have the same product name, quantity and the total amount. So in this way guys, we have successfully created this automation using which whenever we are going to receive a new order on our Dukaan store, on our Dukaan app, automatically using this automation, we are going to add the details of that order into a Google Sheet. Now guys, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation once in real time as well. We are going to place another order on our Dukaan store. This time, let's order this product of microphone. And we are going to test this automation. Click on proceed to checkout, continue. And these are the details of the customer. Now this time, let's change the name as test user and also let's change the email address. And let's keep other details as it is and click on continue. Select the payment method and place order. Now just now guys, we have placed another order of microphone on our Dukaan store, and we will see as we receive this order, instantly within seconds, the details of these orders will be added as a new row in our Google Sheet. And yes guys, here you can see that automatically the details of the order are now added. We have the same date and time, that at what date and time we have received the order. We have the order ID, we have the name of the customer and the email. Same name and email which we have just now entered. We have the name of the product which we have ordered and also the quantity and total amount. So this means guys, the automation workflow which we have created in this video is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing. You will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestion, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.